Oh, here we go. Go live. Hey, friends. Oh, here we are. Thank you so much for your patience. And of course, thank you to IT John. I'm hanging up the phone on him. Thank you, John. And thank you to Lisa Harmon for, first of all, thank you for being a member. And thank you for the super chat. Hooray for IT John. I say that several times a day. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you. This is Global Tarot Circle. We have been meeting online since, oh gosh, like 2010, 2011. I have no idea. We started meeting on WebEx. Y'all remember WebEx? Is that even still a thing? Then we moved over to Facebook. Now we're here on YouTube. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you. For those of you who are here for the first time, thank you. Really appreciate it. And of course, special shout out to the members and the moderators. And those of you who have been here before know what to do. Oh, Caroline McLaughlin, thanks, IT John. We love you. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And thank you, Caroline, for being a member. Dina, I picked a card for the tech issues and got the Fool. Well, could certainly say hang in there because we'll start the journey in a moment. And here we are starting the journey. So could be that, could be other things. That's an interesting conversation to have. So those of you who have been here before know what to do. Tell us where in the world you are, what deck you're using, and if you have a burning question, the kind of question that you would want to ask a group of tarot readers, if you have a burning question, go ahead and put it in. We will spend the first half hour together doing readings for one another in a specific format, which I will give you. And then in the second half, we'll talk about tarot. So if you have questions about tarot, tarot spreads, tarot cards, tarot practice, anything at all, we will do that in the second half. Okay, so just going through, Smile Soul 20, so good to see you. Your question is first. We'll do that in a minute. Just want to say hi to people. Sarah, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. It is chilly. I agree. You're in Punta Gorda, Florida, and back to basics with the RWS. Perfect, perfect. Mixer Michelle in Toronto with the RWS. Perfect. And let's see, Ben, Libra does tarot. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. You have, I have it too. Everyone who was in StaarCon, at StaarCon in person has one of these. Chira Marchetti's Tarot Decoratif, fresh from your StaarCon 2024 swag bag. Yes, indeed. Let's see. I'm just checking in to see other introductions. So glad to see all of you. Audrey M., thanks for being a member. Delray Beach, Florida, using RWS. Rose, working with the Zilchik Tarot. Very nice, very nice. Okay, Peggy Lou, thanks for being a member. Ancient Forest, Oak Hill, Florida, RWS. Seems to be a favorite. DH, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member in West Hartford, Connecticut. All right. So if you haven't done that introduction, all right, Jessica, good to see you. Jessica from Miami, glad you're here. Claire C, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Palm Bay, you haven't always been in Palm Bay, have you? Using Radiant RWS. Oh, DH using Handle Tarot tonight. That's a classy choice. I love that. Anita Stewart, so good to see you. In Zephyr Hills, Florida, using Tarot of Traditions. Aria Wilson, so good to see you. Trey Cameron in Los Angeles using RWS. Laura in Jupiter, got your deck from library class. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Okay, let's get going with the questions. Other people who have introduced themselves, thank you so much. I'll shout it out as we go through. I really appreciate you all. I am Christiana. I'm your tarot fairy godmother. I am in Palm City, Florida, using Wiser Tarot. And let's go over to Card Cam. Here we are. All right. Here's the truth stick. We've got truth stick A and truth stick B right here. All right, there you go. Okay, so here's how this works. I will take the questions in the order in which I see them. I'll try not to skip anyone. If you see that I've skipped someone, let me know. It does happen. I'm watching a lot of different things going on here, right? I will read the question aloud. I will pull a single card to answer the question, and I'll give my interpretation. If you would like to do this reading, you're going to put the name of the person you're reading for, the name of the card you got. Again, just a single card. I know it's a challenge. Just a single card, the name of the card you got, your interpretation. So if you're asking a question, don't just listen to me, go through, read through the chat, and get the full reading. That's what you want to do. And we'll see how it goes. And if you're new to this, I go really quickly. It is much easier to speak than it is to type, and I'm a quick reader because I've been doing it for years. You're not going to go as quickly. Don't feel like you have to do every one. Do every other one. Do the ones you're called to. Don't let it stress you out. But this is a good exercise in speed reading, and it's a good exercise in reading a single card. All right. Starting with Smile Soul 20. Thanks for being a member. If you'd like to do this reading at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, the question is, I'll tell you what the card is in a minute. Question is, what does the universe want me to know? All right, here we go. And welcome to Allison using the Rider-Waite in Jupiter, Florida. Glad you're here for the first time. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, Smile Soul 20. What does the universe want me to know? Ouch! The Tower. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Expect the unexpected. If you feel like you're going through it right now, you are. And so do what you have to do to feel better. But recognize this is something that happens on the path to healing and enlightenment. Let's see what other cards come up. Again, if you'd like to do that reading, at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. All right. Oh, Michelle, mix you here. Home all week with COVID. Healing vibes and prayers for you. Okay. Hey, Neil Quattrano. Haven't seen you in so long. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Mix you here. I haven't seen your... No, I got your question. You're good. Your question's great. No, I got it. The next question we're going to do, though, you're next to be next, or you're next to be next, Mix you here. Sarah, again, thanks for being a member. Here's the question. Related to Valentine's Day, I'd like to know in which ways I've been successful in love over the past few months. Rather than focus on what to change, I'd like to know what to continue. I freaking love this question. I love this question about any topic, because so often, we're introspective and we use tarot for our own healing and to get better and be better. So we're often looking at, what do I need to do? What am I missing? What do I need to do? I love this. What am I doing right? We need to ask this of the cards more often. That is super smart, Sarah. All right, so if you'd like to do this reading at Sarah, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, what is Sarah doing right in her relationship? Well, it looks like you're getting ready to get married. I mean, you are engaged, right? I feel like, the Four of Wands is the traditional card of attendance at a wedding. So I feel like you're being a good fiance in a lot of ways and doing the right things in terms of creating the life together that the two of you are going to have. Let's see what other people have to say. Oh, I see the problem with your question, Mixuir. I see it. I didn't see it before. It's hard for a single card question. Oh, yes, I see it. I see it. I wouldn't know how to do that with 3 cards. So you know what? I'm just going to do your question. And I'm going to show everyone this technique. I won't invite, if anyone wants to do this technique for Michelle, for Mixuir, go ahead and do it. We're breaking tradition here because it is a do this question, not one you can answer with 1 card unless you really know what's going on. If you really know all the options, one card can do it. So here's how I would do this. Should I volunteer with Park, Sistering, or some other organization? Definitely some other organization. So here's what I'm going to do then. Anyone who wants to do this, let it be the question, what Mix You Air needs to know about volunteering. Let that be the question. And Mix You Air, the name of the card you got, your interpretation, because very clear, some other organization, and I'll die on that hill, very clear. Not to say anything bad about those two organizations, but I feel like you need something different. All righty. Ben, Libra does tarot. No, not a question, but happy to see you. Glad you're here. Next question that I see is Adrija. Glad to see you, Adrija. Hope you're doing well. My question is, how will the rest... My question is, can I speak? Okay. How will the rest of February go for Adrija? That's the question. If you'd like to do this reading, at Adrija Roy, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. How will the rest of February go? 9 of Wands. You'll be still standing at the end of it, but it feels like there's some things going on where you are feeling overburdened. It feels like you are trying to heal. It feels like there have been some woundings here. And so you'll be fine, but I think you need to lean into self-care, and whatever it is that's hurting you, you need to kind of figure that out and figure out what you want to do about it. All right. Okay, next up, Christina. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Just getting over COVID myself. Fun times. Healing energy? Yep. Question, what does the universe want me to know? If you would like to do this reading, at Christina, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, what does the universe want Christina to know? Justice reversed. Christina, there may be some things going on where you have really been feeling treated unfairly by another person, by yourself, by the universe. You know, it's just some sense that you're feeling like things aren't going your way, or that, you know, your way is being prevented in some way. It sucks when it feels like that. But the only way to turn it around is you kind of have to turn it around yourself. If you're in a situation where you're being treated unfairly, what can you do to change that or process that differently? If you're healing from something that has happened, then dive into that and heal, because that is what is needed. All right. Up next, Liz Harrison. Thanks for being a member. I have so many unknowns going on right now and would love anything from the universe that might be helpful for my current status. Every which way I turn, there is chaos and or uncertainty. We all love those two things, right? Chaos and uncertainty. Okay, tarot to the rescue. Let's see what we've got here. If you would like to do this reading, at Liz Harrison, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, let's get it. Here we go. I feel like we've got the 5 of Wands reversed. I feel like a lot of the chaos and uncertainty, some of it is just coming from things you can't do anything about. Some of it, I think, is coming from people who are not being helpful. Now, if those people are children, and I know you have a bunch of those, you know, what do? You know, you try to get your kids to be more helpful. What else can you do? But if it's adults who are being unhelpful at this point, out comes the truth stick. You are not responsible to make unhealthy adults feel better. Let's see what other people have to say. All right. And thank you, everyone who's doing readings. I see lots of readings happening. That is so great. That's what we're here to do. All right. Ben Libra does tarot. Once again, thanks for being a member. What message does Spirit have for me right now? If you'd like to do this reading, at Ben Libra does tarot, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Here we go. What do we see for Ben? The Six of Pentacles reversed. You cannot pour from an empty cup. What are you doing to get fed? Spiritually, emotionally, financially? And what's being asked of you? There's something there that's out of balance. Let's see what other people have to say. Cat's Eyes Tamlin, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to being a member of this channel. And this is a good moment for me to say we've got the rest of our February events up. So we have 2 classes this month. You can see that coming up. And also we're doing a members only leap year party. And we're doing it obviously on leap day, February 29th. How many chances do we have to meet together on February 29th? So that's for members only. And we'll be doing readings about things that are rare and unusual. And we'll be using the energy of leap day being rare and unusual, right? So that will be kind of fun. Okay. Next question. Peggy Lou Levens, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Should I wait till the end of March for a new primary doctor appointment or be seen sooner? So let's take a look. Honestly, with the 10 of Cups reversed, I'd like to see you be seen sooner if possible. If possible, be seen sooner. Anyone else likes to do this reading? At Peggy Lou Levens, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Rose, so good to see you. And again, thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. My question is, what is my next step in creating a firmer foundation in my life right now? All right, if you'd like to do this reading, at Rose, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Here we go. Ooh. This feels counterintuitive, but sometimes the counterintuitive things are the most intuitive things. The firmer foundation comes when you trust the journey more and where you're willing to take more risks. Not dangerous risks, but more risks. The firmer foundation also comes when you're willing to have more fun. Let's see what other people have to say. If you'd like to do this reading, at Rose, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Lady Lenormand, so good to see you, Brenda. Thanks so much for being here. And if you have a StaarCon ticket, I hope you've been hanging out in the Afterglow and in the lounges. In the lounge Charmed by Lady Lenormand. She just did a great event last night, and she's got 4 more coming up in February, over February and March. So make sure you check that out. Okay. And Lady Lenormand, you're using the Radiant Wise Spirit you snagged for the StaarCon swap table. That's so cool. Man, who else got good things from the StaarCon swap table? Neil Quattrano, I want to thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you for your support of this channel. All right. A Songbird, thanks for being a member. It's Lisa from Delray Beach. Good to see you. Chrissy McNamee, good to see you. Okay, looking for the next question. Here it is. Caroline McLaughlin, thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. My question is, going into our 40th year together, my husband has had a health diagnosis. I'm sorry. That's so hard. That's exactly what we don't want. What does Spirit want us to know about this? All right. If you'd like to do this reading, at Caroline McLaughlin, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What Spirit wants you to know is love is everything. Love conquers all. Make sure you're both drinking enough water. And yes, this is the beginning of a journey, But we don't know exactly what kind of journey it's going to be. So let's just walk it with love. All righty. And Caroline McLaughlin, you are in Australia using the Little Buddha Tarot. So good. Bean of the Fields, good to see you, Serena. Thanks for being here. Dina Moskowitz, so glad you're here. Hudson Valley, New York, using Lightseer Tarot. Can't go wrong with that. Okay, D9, good to see you. Lisa Harmon, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thank you for the super chat. In Greenville, South Carolina, using Wiser Tarot. Hoping it will make me wiser. We are all. Ben, IT John is our tarot fairy godfather. He kind of is. He really is. And like the truth is, tonight I'm just going to tell you the quickest story. I really thought things were good. Like, how psychic am I? Obviously not. I thought things were good. I sent his butt home. He had to fix it from home, but he did. He did. I had to call him to fix it. Oh my gosh. Lily, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Kathy Rotondo, good to see you. Hello from Palm Coast. Bean of the Fields, you're at work. That's fine. All right, next question. Audrey M., thanks for being a member. Could you please share with me what the universe feels I need right now? I love that. What does Audrey need right now per the universe? If you'd like to do this reading, at Audrey M., the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Ace of Wands reversed. First one, then the other. You need two things. First, you need rest. And secondly, you need something that excites you. So first rest and then excitement. And Lily, you're in Montana. It's 30 degrees and snowing. My goodness. My goodness. All right. Next question. Hang on. I just overscrolled. Give me 1 second. So many good readings going on here. Oh, Jackie Jennings in Sebastian, Florida, using Gilded and Raven and Rogue. So cool. Okay. DH is the next question I see. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. What does the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading, at DH, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, here we go. I shuffled, but here it is, DH. If you're single and looking, this is a good sign for love coming, Ace of Cups. One way or the other, it's about opening your heart. Great for Valentine's Day. Opening your heart to love in whatever form. Whether that's love of higher power, love for the people in your life, new love, old love, whatever kind of love, it's love and it's for you. There you go. Kanchan Verma, so good to see you. You used to have one of these when you were a kid. Yay. Okay. Can I too have a message from the universe? Yes, you can. If you'd like to do this reading, at Kanchan Verma, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, here we go. Whew. Kanchan Verma, trust what you know to be true to be true. Don't let people tell you it's not true, because it is true. And if you're doing anything having to do with writing, learning, or study, this is good. Trey Cameron, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. If you'd like to do this reading, at Trey Cameron, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, the question is, what does the universe want me to know? Here we go. Trey, Eight of Wands. The universe wants you to know everything is changing. Everything is in flux. We're psychics, but we can't predict what's coming. Maybe it's good. Have you ever heard of ominous positivity? I love this. Good things are coming and there is nothing you can do to stop it. How about that? All right. Okay, Jessica Lotsniker? Hope I'm getting that right. Forgive me if I'm not. What change do I need to do in my life? If you would like to do this reading, at Jessica, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Okay, Jessica. What change do you need in your life? Temperance reversed. You need to be more patient and more creative. Whatever you can do to bring those things to you will be very helpful. A songbird, I can see that you're a member. You're good. Oh, okay, here we go. For Lisa Harmon. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Pigeon is a stray abandoned cat that I've taken in. Of course you have. Several health issues. Are his health issues serious, or will he recover with proper medical care? If you would like to check in for Pigeon, for Lisa Harmon, at Lisa Harmon, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. What do we see for Pigeon? 7 of Wands. I think with love and care, he'll be okay. Okay. There's Pigeon. Okay. Okay. Kate, Cat's Eyes Tamlin. So good to see you. Cat Eyes Tamlin. So good to see you. Thanks for being a brand new member. We really appreciate you. What do I need to know about healing my emptiness? What an interesting question. I'm sorry you're feeling that. Let's all do this reading. At Cat Eyes Tamlin, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What do I need to know about healing my emptiness? Strength reversed. There's some things that have happened that should make you mad. You're empty where your anger should be. You got to get angry before you can heal. That's what I think. Let's see what other people have to say. Okay. So Jessica, we do one question per person. Although I would say patience and creativity may be the magic shop for you. Okay. Okay, TJ and GA, a reading in regards to my son's surgery on Friday. If you'd like to do this reading, at TJ and GA, here we go. At TJ and GA, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Lovers reversed. I think it's necessary. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it may be harder for you than for your son. I think it will take time, but it will be okay. All right, next question. Neil Quattrano. Thank you so much for being here. I have known Neil since his younger daughter was 2 years old, and she herself is now a mom of someone who I think is older than 2. That's how long Neil and I have known each other. So good to see you here. The question is, am I going to stay in my current relationship? Let's take a look. If you'd like to do this reading, at Neil Quattrano, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. I think if you are, the 7 of Swords, if you are, there needs to be different communication and different trust. Right now, there are some kind of communication issues or trust issues. I don't know if you're not trusting each other, if you're not, I don't know what it is. But if you want to stay in this would need to be fixed. And if it can't be fixed, you can't stay. All right. Okay, and at this point, we're going to try to get everyone's questions, but I want to open the floor now to questions about tarot. Any questions about tarot? And I want to ask you, are you doing anything special on the 9th, which is coming up, like Friday, for the new moon in Aquarius? What are you doing for the new moon in Aquarius? So tarot questions, and what are you doing for the new moon in Aquarius? And a tarot question can be anything. It can be technique, it can be deck related, it can be spread related, it can be anything at all. So go ahead and get me those questions while we try to get through all of the readings. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Okay, Jackie Jennings, here we go. I lost my job November 2nd. I'm so sorry. Had a hard time getting even an interview. Will I get a new job soon? If you'd like to do this reading, at Jackie Jennings, the name of the card you got, your interpretation. The Empress, I do believe you will. Do not be discouraged. I do believe you will get a job before the end of March. And it will be a good job. I promise. Well, I can't promise, but close. Okay. Laura Grenier, good to see you. My question is, after a tough 2023, personal life, health, and big changes, how does 2024 look for me? If you'd like to do this reading, at Laura Grenier, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. 2024, in 2024, Laura, you'll remember who you are. You'll be able to catch your breath and remember who you are and reconnect with some people and some things you enjoy doing, and that will feel good. But you may also have to heal from some old trauma. All right. Okay, so questions here. Okay, so here's a few. I'd like to get the conversation going on these. Dina Moskowitz, intuition or strict card reading? I'm going to say always both. You're going to get your best result from always both. But what does anyone else say? Intuition versus textbook interpretation. What are your thoughts? Tag it intuition and tell us your thoughts. Oh, Neil, that makes total sense. Good. Oh, Shauna, good to see you. You might go to a new moon gathering on Friday. You've been pretty low energy, so you might stay home instead. So I got to tell you, I've been thinking about like 3 tarot cards for the new moon in Aquarius. And the funny thing is I was trying to pull them to show you. I tried in 2 decks and I couldn't find all 3. I have no idea what's up with that. But new moon in Aquarius. For new, I chose the Ace of Cups because aces are new and why not cups, right? For moon, obviously the moon in Aquarius, obviously the star. What happens if you put those 3 cards together? Do those 3 cards, Ace of Cups, moon, and star, give you some insight into the energy of the new moon in Aquarius? I'm going to put those out on my altar and meditate on them on Friday. Okay. And what else do we have in terms of tarot questions? So many opinions. This is Free Shadow. Good to see you. So many opinions on the meanings of 1 to 10. Now, are you talking about numerology or tarot specifically? Can you please clarify? Because if it's numerology, yeah, there's tarot numerology, Kabbalistic numerology. There is Pythagorean numerology. There's different schools of thought. Likewise, if you're thinking about the tarot numerology specifically, even that we don't all agree. That's true. That's absolutely true. So tell us more about what you got going on there. Okay, and I'm just scrolling through, looking at all the amazing readings. Oh my gosh, thank you everyone. Caroline, you have been hanging out in the lounges, and yeah, we'll be afterglowing all year. For those of you with StaarCon tickets. For those of you without StaarCon tickets, you can even now go get a ticket to watch the recordings, or just go get a ticket that will allow you to go to the lounges, and you might want to do that. Okay, so here we go. We're getting some answers. The question about intuition versus interpretation. Shauna, I agree with both, but be careful that intuition doesn't get confused with biases, expectations, and assumptions. Thank you. I had a client say to me at one point, well, my intuition was wrong. And I'm like, oh no, back up. Your intuition is never wrong. What you thought was your intuition was wrong, but it was not your intuition. No, it was not. It was exactly as Shauna says, bias, desire, fear, you name it. There it is. Oh, Lady Lenormand, for the new moon, I like to create a tarot altar with cards to represent what I want to manifest. I find it easy and effective. Okay. So, Oh, so, okay, so specifically with tarot, Free Shadow says, so we have to, okay, why are there so many different opinions about tarot and what the cards mean? And honestly, I will say this to my students. I cannot teach you how to read tarot. I can't teach anyone how to read tarot. Yes, I've been teaching tarot for years. I can only create the space and the conditions wherein you can allow the cards to show you how they're going to work for you. I can tell you what they mean to me. I can tell you what they mean classically. Now, when we think about tarot too, remember there's numerous traditions. There's the Waite tradition, the Marseille tradition, the Crowley tradition. Those are your big three. I'd argue there's also feminist tradition. And beyond that, there's just whatever, an author like me, a deck creator, can just sort of say, this is what this means, and it sort of starts to mean that. And so it is part of the loosey-goosey nature of tarot, really. There is a clear structure, there is clear tradition, but even in that clarity, there's a lot. So you've got to figure out what it means to you. That's really the key. That's what I think. What do other people have to say? The question is about like the minor arcana, the meanings of 1 through 10, so many, and maybe even the major arcana too, in so many differences. What are your thoughts about that? Peggy Lou, new moon, you clear your altars and set intentions as well as spell work. Do you have to be a member to buy a ticket for the Afterglow? No, you don't. Tell your friend, there was a period of time, we had it set for ticket sales to be on forever, and Excel Events helped us and shut them off. We have turned them back on again, so tell your friend to try again. And apologize, please. Oh, and here's another thing from Shauna, and I think this is really good. Make sure you're reading the cards and not just giving advice. Man, I hate nothing more than being in a reading or a tarot gathering or some situation where I hear a reader start to give advice from their own personal life without clarifying it as such. Sometimes I think there is an energy where you can say, look, having nothing to do with the cards, I know something about this, and if you'd like to hear, I've got this for you. I think that's okay, although you always want to ask because unasked for advice is never helpful. We need to remember that. Unasked for advice is never helpful. Dina says, intuition sparked by other creators' tarot decks. Absolutely. Ben, intuition versus meaning. I always go with my intuition. But I will say, look, this isn't the standard meaning, but this is what I'm getting. And I think that's good. I think that's really good technique to say, well, the standard interpretation on this card is this, and this. Here's what it's telling me right now. And just give the whole thing. And Laura, I don't even remember what the card was. I am so sorry. Should I clean my study space on the new moon? Absolutely. Shauna, I find our life experiences color our interpretations. Like I never read the 3 of Swords or 7 of Swords like cheating because that's not something I encounter much. And I think we need to be careful about that. Like a tarotist I really know and love hates the Empress because his own mother sucked. And we have to make room for the meanings of the cards that are outside of our experience. Not that the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Swords is always going to be cheating. It's not, but it could be sometimes. But I also would say that the readers who jump to that right away, oh, cheating, it's probably because they've had that happen in their own life and it's a focus for them. You're absolutely right. So we need to be careful about that. Free Shadow, that makes sense. I'm practicing exercising my intuition with the cards. I've had some amazingly accurate cards come up. Thanks everyone for all the advice and generous spirits. Well, thank you. That's fabulous. Ben, teaching tarot, I agree with you. I can teach you the formula. You have to provide the life experience and the meaning. Absolutely. So let's see. And just Ben, lifting up what Shauna was saying, Brilliant and so important. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay. So Lady Lenormand says that what she likes to do for the new moon is create a tarot altar with cards to represent what I want to manifest. I find it easy and effective. Now, new moon in Aquarius, very specifically, creativity, community, technology, openness, innovation. Those are the things that this new moon can help you with most. So within that umbrella, and that's a pretty big umbrella, right? Community can be friends, relationships, family, creativity, innovation, openness. What do you want to manifest, and which cards will you use to manifest it? Now, here's how we're going to play. If you know what you want to manifest and you know what cards, tell us both. If you know what you want to manifest but you don't know what cards, tell us what you want to manifest and we will suggest the cards. Now, how do you manifest with cards? Here's what I would do. So let's say the Ace of Cups, right? Suppose a person wants a new love relationship. Suppose a person wants to heal their heart. Suppose a person wants to be more loving. Suppose a person wants to be more open in their heart. They might take this card, and I like to literally hold it to your heart and breathe with it and think about it and visualize your life when this is happening. What does it look like? What does it feel like when this is happening? And then with intention, leave the card and say, this card is here to bring this energy to me. That's what I would do. That's how I do it. You know, this is not necessarily what I would manifest. It's the first card I had because I was trying to find Ace of Cups, the moon, and the star, but the star was eluding me. So what will you manifest and what cards will you use? And let me scroll back down here. Okay, Claire C. A body worker in Georgia recently advised my niece to get a reading from her relative who reads tarot. How did she know about me? I was flattered. That is so cool. That is so cool. Obviously a good psychic. That is fabulous. I love that story. That's so good. Lady Lenormand, Brenda, intuition versus tarot, a fun exercise to try. Ask a question, pull 3 cards face down, get the answer intuitively, then turn the cards over and see how they align with your intuitive message. That is brilliant. I want all of you to try that. That's so good. When I presented at Omega with Mary Greer and Shaheen Miro, Shaheen had us do something like that. We had one card that we couldn't see what it was, and we had to draw it. And then we had to look at the card and sort of see what we drew. That is really amazing. A ceasefire for Gaza. That is a good thing to manifest. I love that. What card would we use for a ceasefire? I'm going to say the 2 of Swords, because that's typically the card of peace. And honestly, I would take the World card, because why not everywhere? Why not Ukraine? Why not Gaza? I would think about all those places. I would take the World card and I would put the 2 of Swords over it. Peace on earth, literally. Literally. Okay. Sarah, I'm working on designing a new personal tarot journal. I've used pre-bought tarot calendars in the past, but I'd love to hear how others organize and engage their do-it-yourself tarot diaries. Okay. Tag it journal, what do you do? And there are a lot of journals on the market. What I did back in the day is I would take a notebook and half of it would be like you get those notebooks that are already divided for subjects, right? So one section is going to be readings where I just date and write down what happened, what I got, and maybe go back and then write down how the reading played out predictively once it happened. But in another section, every card has a page. And so any thoughts or experiences or ideas or learning I do about each card goes there. So that's what I did. Okay. Oh, Claire, the world and the Ace of Cups. I love that. That's perfect. That's perfect. Free Shadow, I want to manifest inner peace and somehow get that peace to show up more in my actions. What card should I use? I'd love to hear anyone else's thoughts. I would say High Priestess, quite frankly. I like High Priestess for that. But I'd love to hear what other people have to say. Ben, for the new moon, I want to create the space to invite that special someone in. The card, 10 of Wands. I need to lighten up and try to let go of past experiences so I can meet new people with an open mind heart. But what card would you use to manifest? If you can choose a card from the deck, face up, to manifest, it could be Ace of Cups, it could be Two of Cups, it could be Page of Cups, from the light seers. So choose the card. It could be 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Cups, the card that represents what you want, and it could be many, and use that. Oh, Shauna, I'm going on retreat with Mary Greer at the end of the month. That is so exciting. Are you going to Tulum with Mary and Jenna? Okay, Lisa Harmon, I want to manifest staying grounded. What about Ace of Pentacles for that? I think that would work well. Okay, lots of good ideas for tarot journals. Good stuff going on there. Yeah, the Wiser Tarot is very cool because... the Wiser Journal. Wiser Tarot Journal is very cool because it comes with those stickers. Audrey M. for journaling, I use a composition book, embellish the covers, add pockets, stamp stickers as it fits. I just date and record my readings and interpretations. Good. Very, very good. You're going to Tulum. Very cool. That is wonderful. I'm so glad you're doing that. So Lisa Harmon, the new moon will be square Uranus. What does that mean? I mean, with that, I really see individuality and, which kind of also goes along with Aquarius. And of course, Uranus is the Fool, right? That's the Fool energy. So that is really fabulous. And Ben, for Free Shadow, for inner peace, maybe the Four of Swords. Yeah, that's a very meditative card. I really, really love that. Absolutely. So let's go back. For Ben, if you're ready to invite not just someone to date, but the person into your life, like you don't know who that person is, but you're ready to invite that person, which cards would you use in tarot magic? I'd use a bunch. I'd use Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Four of Wands, Six of Cups. What would y'all use? Would you use the Lovers? Dina Moskowitz, what is the best thing you get from tarot? Oh my gosh. Okay, tag it best. Let's hear it. What is the best thing you get from tarot? Truth, reflection, community, insight. Oh, yes. So, Cat Eyes Tamlin, I'm currently reading Tarot Spells by Janina Renee. So, that's a great book. My problem with it, as many magic books of that era, it's very like, to do this spell, do it this way, take this card, put it here, take this card, put it here. Just like all the Wicca books in the 1980s. Put your candle here, put your statue here. And I think that's fine, and I think that's good, but I really like to teach people to kind of think for themselves and like, choose the cards that work for you. So I think that's a great book, but I think it has a limitation in that it shares the spells she made up more than it teaches you how to make up your own spells. So I encourage you to do both. Ben, I would choose the Six of Cups. Someone who makes me comfortable with myself and appreciates me for who I am, my journey, and my insecurities. Yes, and there's more. No, wait, there's more. Has anyone ever heard of the Six of Cups as a card of like the people that you're so comfortable with, it feels like you've known them forever? And some people will like, I don't love to go here, but this concept of like the person you've known from past lives, the person who's in your soul family, your soulmate. A lot of people use the Six of Cups that way. I don't like that kind of language, but there it is, right? Oh, Dina, best connection to magic in life. Yes. Shauna, best new ways of perceiving, new narratives, inspiration, guidance, comfort. Absolutely. Yes. Lady Lenormand, fun, friendship, self-awareness, deck shopping, plus many more benefits, too numerous to list. Ben, best, the ability to self-reflect and to take accountability. Peggy Lou Leven's best everything. Yeah, absolutely. Sarah, regarding journals, yes, I've ordered a ton of stickers, which keeps it fun and fresh for me. There are a lot of cool tarot stickers, even on Amazon. Man, all the things that exist now that I wish had existed when I was first starting out. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Rose, best things from tarot. Friendship. My cards are sweet friends that help show the way. Absolutely. And beyond that, as much as we'll talk about drama in the tarot community and all of that, and, anytime there's a community, there's a drama, right? Your tarot friends are your best friends. They really, really are. Lisa Harmon, what tarot has taught me is self-confidence and has broadened my horizons. Wow. Very, very good. So I appreciated it. That Cat's Eye Tamlin, new member, yay, thank you, mentioned a particular book that she's working with that she's enjoying. Any other great tarot book recommendations before we say goodbye? What are you reading right now? What tarot book are you reading? I'm not reading a tarot book right now. I'm writing a tarot book. I'm not reading one right now. But I am reading Erica Robinson's Lenormand book over and over again. And I had a really good experience, actually, with doing a Lenormand reading for a client who allowed me to play, because I'm not ready for that. Brenda is ready for that. In fact, I was using Brenda's deck. I was using the electric Lenormand. And some stuff I had learned from Erica's book. And I actually did a really legitimate Lenormand reading for someone and got the feedback later that the prediction I made did happen. So I was really pleased. Never give up, never give up. Audrey, best, I get personal reflection and growth. Peggy Lou, best, everything. That is so good. That is so good. Caroline, you've been a member for 13 months at the stars level. Thank you. Really appreciate you and spending time together in this community. Well, I really appreciate you as well. Oh, Lady Lenormand, Brenda, you're reading A Walk Through the Forest of Souls, Rachel Pollack. Oh my gosh, so good. So good. Very good. Very good. So we are coming to the end of our time together. Now is time for shameless self-promotion. Can we have a book club? That would be so interesting to do a book club here. I don't see why we couldn't. It's a great idea. Dina Moskowitz, Tarot Deciphered by T. Susan Chang. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Joyous Ocean, good to see you. The question, are you reading a tarot book right now? And if so, what? Oh, Ben, you're reading Maddie's book. Very good, very good. Lady Lenormand, Grand Tableau next. Oh, Brenda. Brenda, I love the way that you challenge me and keep me on my toes. By the way, Brenda, did you happen to notice my newsletter this week? Just wondering. Can we have a book club? I think that would work. We would have to figure it out, and I would really need some help in figuring that out. But I think that we could. I think that would be fun. I think that would be really good. Okay, so, Caroline McLaughlin, Haggitude. That's very interesting. I like that. Friends, thank you so much for being here. Drop your shameless self-promotion. If you've got a website, a blog post, a YouTube channel, an Insta, whatever you want people to see. Oh, Peggy Lou Levens, you're reading Christine's book about Scott Cunningham. Yeah, great book. Fabulous, fabulous. So drop your shameless self-promotion. I'll drop mine, which is, yes, witches. I am available for readings, phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, or in my office in Palm City. Just reach out. I'm happy to read for you. Oh, Jackie Jennings, Tarot Tour Guide. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Allison, Ultimate Guide to Tarot Card Meetings. Absolutely. Kathy Rotondo, Tarot Apothecary. Oh, yes, by Eileen Halverson. Yes, yes, yes. Audrey, have some book club ticks, leading Course in Miracles for many years. I would love to chat with you about that. Absolutely. And I think this is a good idea. Ben is asking Lady Lenormand to do a grand tableau class for StaarCon in 2025. I don't see any reason why that shouldn't happen unless Brenda doesn't want to. It's a good idea, though. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So the other thing I want to say, of course, as you can see, we've got 2 free classes coming up in February. One is tarot card combinations. Another is creating and using tarot spreads. And we have a members only class, which is our leap year party. We're going to have so much fun. Did you miss your reading? Probably yes. Well, Cat's Eye Tamlin, thank you for joining the group. Yes, Canshin, you did. I do remember that. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, and Lady Lenormand says yes. So the schedule for StaarCon 5 is starting to come together. When is the Panera meetup next month? The Panera meetup next month, I can actually give you that information. Hang on. At Panera Bread in Palm City, Sunday, March 3rd at 4 p.m. Sunday, March 3rd, 4 p.m. All y'all people in Jupiter, Delray, Palm Bay, whatever, get in your cars and drive. Come, we have a really good time. Look forward to seeing you. All right. I want to share the GT love. Yeah, I'm terrified of that one, my friends. Absolutely. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you especially to the members. Thank you to those of you who helped out with super chats and super stickers. Oh my gosh, Leap Day is your solar return. You'll be at that class. Teresa, yay! That is fabulous. I love it. I love it. I love it. Kanchan Verma, I remember what the card was I got for you. It was the Ace of Swords. I can tell you that. Know your truth, speak your truth. Don't let anyone tell you your truth is not your truth. And if you're doing any writing or studying, it's a good thing. I can tell you that. Now you can just read back and see if other people did as well. All right. Oh, do I see some tag team teaching going on here? Ben and Lady Lenormand. My goodness, that would be so fun. All right. I want to thank all of you. Ooh, Lisa Harmon reading a Poet's Tarot. Ooh, I got to check that out. So many good book recommendations here. Y'all, if you want to come back to the chat later on to get all these book recommendations, remember it takes 24 hours for the chat to reappear. All right. My friends, I want to thank you so much. It's a real pleasure. I will look forward to seeing you soon. I will be back on tomorrow at noon with your Tarot Topics newsletter recap. Look forward to seeing you then. Take really good care, everyone. I really appreciate you.